إله إلا الله 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 مولانا الله لا إله إلا الله يا ربي خذ بيدي.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولو أننا نزلنا إليهم الملائكة وكلمهم الموتى وحشرنا عليهم كل شيء قبلا ما كانوا ليؤمنوا إلا أن يشاء الله ولكن أكثرهم يجهلون. وكذلك جعلنا لكل نبي عدوا شياطين الإنس والجن يوحي بعضهم إلى بعض زخرف القول غرورا ولو شاء ربك ما فعلوه فذرهم وما يفترون. ولتصغى إليه أفئدة الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة وليرضوه وليقترفوا ما هم مقترفون. أفغير الله أبتغي حكما وهو الذي أنزل إليكم الكتاب مفصلا والذين آتيناهم الكتاب يعلمون أنه منزل من ربك بالحق فلا تكونن من الممترين. وتمت كلمة ربك صدقا وعدلا لا مبدل لكلماته وهو السميع العليم. وإن تطع أكثر من في الأرض يضلوك عن سبيل الله إن يتبعون إلا الظن وإن هم إلا يخرصون. إن ربك هو أعلم من يضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين. فكلوا مما ذكر اسم الله عليه إن كنتم بآياته مؤمنين. وما لكم ألا تأكلوا مما ذكر اسم الله عليه وقد فصل لكم ما حرم عليكم إلا ما اضطررتم إليه وإن كثيرا ليضلون بأهوائهم بغير علم إن ربك هو أعلم بالمعتدين. وذروا ظاهر الإثم وباطنه إن الذين يكسبون الإثم سيجزون بما كانوا يقترفون. ولا تأكلوا مما لم يذكر اسم الله عليه وإنه لفسق وإن الشياطين ليوحون إلى أوليائهم ليجادلوكم وإن أطعتموهم إنكم لمشركون أومن كان ميتا فأحييناه وجعلنا له نورا يمشي به في الناس كمن مثله في الظلمات ليس بخارج منها كذلك زين للكافرين ما كانوا يعملون وكذلك جعلنا في كل قرية أكابر مجرميها ليمكروا فيها وما يمكرون إلا بأنفسهم وما يشعرون وإذا جاءتهم آية قالوا لن نؤمن حتى نؤتى مثل ما أوتي رسل الله الله أعلم حيث يجعل رسالته سيصيب الذين أجرموا صغار عند الله سيصيب الذين أجرموا صغار عند الله وعذاب شديد بما كانوا يمكرون
فمن يرد الله أن يهديه يشرح صدره للإسلام ومن يرد أن يضله يجعل صدره ضيقا حرجا كأنما يصعد في السماء كذلك يجعل الله الرجس على الذين لا يؤمنون وهذا صراط ربك مستقيما قد فصلنا الآيات لقوم يذكرون لهم دار السلام عند ربهم وهو وليهم بما كانوا يعملون ويوم يحشرهم جميعا يا معشر الجن قد استكثرتم من الإنس وقال أولياؤهم من الإنس ربنا استمتع بعضنا ببعض وبلغنا أجلنا الذي أجلت لنا قال النار مثواكم خالدين فيها إلا ما شاء الله إن ربك حكيم عليم وكذلك نولي بعض الظالمين بعضا بما كانوا يكسبون يا معشر الجن والإنس ألم يأتكم رسل منكم يقصون عليكم آياتي وينذرونكم لقاء يومكم هذا قالوا شهدنا على أنفسنا وغرتهم الحياة الدنيا وشهدوا على أنفسهم أنهم كانوا كافرين ذلك أن لم يكن ربك مهلك القرى بظلم وأهلها غافلون ولكل درجات مما عملوا وما ربك بغافل عما يعملون وربك الغني ذو الرحمة إن يشأ يذهبكم ويستخلف من بعدكم ما يشاء كما أنشأكم من ذرية قوم آخرين إنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين قل يا قوم اعملوا على مكانتكم إني عامل فسوف تعلمون من تكون له عاقبة الدار إنه لا يفلح الظالمون وجعلوا لله مما ذرأ من الحرث والأنعام نصيبا
من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and a very good morning. Today is the 18th day of holy month of Ramadan. As you know, we are heading very fast towards Laylatul Qadr. I still remember the day we started our program. It was just like yesterday, and now we are on the 18th day of the holy month. So we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the best of tawfiq to make use of this holy month, inshallah. And as we are heading towards Laylatul Qadr, inshallah, we are prepared spiritually and physically. And by all means, make use of these nights and don't forget each other in your du'as. So as we start today's program, I would like to remind everyone the time for Imsak today is 24 past 5. And Fajr Salah will be after 10 minutes, which is 34 past 5 in the morning. Maghreb tonight is 6:04 p.m. So 4 minutes past 6 is the time for Maghreb and Iftar. So just as a reminder, tonight being the night of 19th of holy month of Ramadan and the first possible Laylatul Qadr, Husseiniya Islamic Al-Bayt Foundation has organized a program which will start from Maghreb Salah. So Maghreb Namaz, the program will start at 6 p.m. And then Iftar will be offered to those who want to attend. And afterwards there will be the majlis for the shahadat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib, alayhi salatu wassalam. After the majlis, there will be the amal for the night of 19th, the Laylatul Qadr possible. And inshallah, that will be the main program. On the other side, the Husseiniya and other Husseiniyaats and other centers will be open for the night. So don't forget to do amal for tonight. And of course, there are many of amal that you can refer to in the books of likes of Mufatihul Jinan, or there are many apps these days that you can refer to where you can find what are the best of amals. And of course, there are certain things that one can do is the recitation of Quran and reflecting upon our own deeds and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the best for the next year to come, as these nights are the nights of Qadr. So we inshallah get some time because we have limitation of time these days. So we will basically continue with Dua Mukarim al-Akhlaq as we were doing for past few mornings. And it's such a great opportunity to share this dua with you all, and also it's a learning opportunity for me as well. So we'll continue from the same line. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa matta'ani bihudan salihin la astabdilu bih. Give me to enjoy a sound guidance which I seek not to replace. So again, guidance or hidayah or huda is one of those parts, one of those segments of our life which we cannot stay without. I mean, without guidance, imagine a person who is walking in an open arena, in a desert perhaps, and doesn't know where he's heading to. And it will make the life miserable. It will make the life absolutely unlivable. And the person wouldn't want to live a life where he has no objective, no direction, no focus. So, I mean, here Imam is teaching us that give us that provision of hidayah, of guidance. And which guidance? It's the guidance which is salih. It is complete. It's protected, which does not replaces, which does not changes. So inshallah, we move to the next line. وَطَرِيقَةِ الْحَقِّ لَا أَزِيغُ عَنْهَا. And a path of truth from which I will not sever. And so tariq, again, we know in Arabic they refer it to the path of haqq, the path of truth, where, and then asking, show me, or like take me to the path of haqq where I never changes from. So again, so once we have that hidayah, that guidance, and now Imam is teaching us about the path, and this path which does not deviate, which does not changes itself, changes us from. So it's again like like a road which imagine we are traveling to for a destination, and if we happen to branch, then like often it happens on the GPS that if we take the wrong route or we take the wrong exit, it might take us another 20 minutes or another 1 hour. So we don't want to reach to our destination late, or we don't want to not to reach to our destination. So next line, وَنِيَّةِ رَشْدٍ لَا أَشْكُكْ فِيهَا. Sorry about that. So and then we read the translation of this line. And an intention of right conduct in which I have no doubts. So now it comes back to the niyyah which we started from. So the sound guidance, and then the right path, and then the intention. So again, the phases. So this is the beauty of this dua, that Imam takes us through a whole journey of guidance. And وَنِيَّةِ رَشْدٍ لَا أَشْكُكْ فِيهَا. And an intention of the right conduct in which I have no doubts. So again, niyyah, or the right intention, which is again divinely guided, which one should not have any doubt or any any second thought about. So it is itself, a guidance when someone had that strong conviction within their heart, which tells them that yes, you are on the right path and you are not getting deviated, and doesn't matter what happens, what the circumstances be, I will not change myself. I will not give up. I will not lose my hope on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this whole is an inside journey. So it's not something which is happening from outside, it's happening from inside. And again, the more we reflect, the more we get. And the next line, where we will try to conclude it for today. وَعَمَّرْنِي مَا كَانَ عُمْرِي بِذِلَّةَ فِي طَاعَتِكَ بِذَلَّةَ فِي طَاعَتِكَ. Let me live as long as my life is a free gift in your service. فِي طَاعَتِكَ. And then he's teaching us to ask Allah that when you have given me the sound guidance and the path and the right intention, then give me the life that I can live as a free gift. So I'm not enslaved by anyone, not enslaved by any thought, not enslaved by any ideology, except the one that you have put me inbuilt with, the fitrah, the true nature, which is towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So everyone is moving towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then it also gives us that gift of ta'ah, that gift of obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So we stop this dua here, and inshallah we will move to the next, which is the lecture for this morning, Sayyid Hassan al-Mudarrisi from Sydney. So we will have his lecture for today.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد سيد المرسلين وخاتم النبيين وحجة رب العالمين، المنتجب في الميثاق، المصطفى في الضلال، المطهر من كل آفة، البرية من كل عيب، المؤمل للنجاة، المرتجى للشفاعة، المفوض إليه دين الله. قال الله العظيم في محكم كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة عليها ملائكة غلاظ شداد لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون. آمنا بالله. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. تقبل الله أعمالنا وأعمالكم في هذا الشهر الفضيل. When it comes to responsibility, who's responsible for what? That's a question that we all should ask ourselves. So if you look into our communities, if you look into our families, we have lots and lots of people pointing fingers at others, saying he's part of the problem, she's part of the problem, his son is part of the problem, her daughter is part of the problem. We like to do that. As human beings, we never take responsibility. I never come and say, it's me, I'm the issue. If you look at rehab centers, the first thing they do with the addict is that he or she, they have to admit that they have an addiction. And that addiction is the choice they made to be addicted to such and such. It might be, alcohol, nastajiru billah, or narcotics, or such and such. Of course, every one of them has a different story. They say, you know, my father was abusing me, my mother was this, my family was that, the way I was raised. But in the end of the day, after stating their names, they know that I am the addict, not my neighbor, not my friend. I'm the one who has a problem. Then I have to work on myself. If they admit to that, then you can see there is a chance of progress. You know, this person can change because he knows, she know, they have an issue, they have a problem, they have addiction. All right, they admit to it. Now we can work on something. But if you have an addict and that person doesn't admit to the issue they have, they don't take responsibility of their own actions, there is no way you can change them. No way. Even if you take them to the best rehab center, even if you bring them in the holy month of Ramadan and you tell them Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in this month the doors of the gates the gates of hellfire, inferno are shut down and the gates of paradise are wide open, shayateen are all shackled, anfasukum fihi tasbih, nawmukum fihi ibadah, all of that, nothing phases them. Nothing changes here. And that is the issue you have with many people. Because he's not taking responsibility, she's not taking responsibility of their own actions, there is no room for perfection. They don't look into that. There is no way this person looks for salvation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the holy book says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you're responsible for yourself and your family. And we have many ahadith from Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salati was salam. From the Holy Prophet, for example, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. If you look at the villages and you look at shepherds, what do? They have a flock of sheep and they guide them to right and left direction, taking them to fields for them to be fed, for them to have water, for them to walk. You don't find a shepherd who says, I'm not responsible for the sheep. Let them do whatever they want. No, the shepherd's job is to look after the sheep, to guide them to the right path, and of course to provide them safety. He brings with him along a dog, maybe two, just to be sure that there's not going to be any foxes or any wolves or any other wild animals attacking the sheep. Same thing for a man and woman who are responsible for the family. You are the one, father, mother, this is addressed to them. You are the one who is leading your family in some direction. Either you're taking them to the right direction or the wrong direction. A mother or father can make a routine in their house that after iftar we're going to have a gathering, we're going to sit down, we're going to recite one juz of Quran Kareem, we're going to recite a dua iftitah, then we're going to go to a center, listen to a lecture, we're going to have all of that. Or the mother or the father, they can turn on the TV, turn on Disney Plus, Netflix, and you know what these channels have. You know what these streaming giants show. The support they have for the LGBTQ community, the support they have for such and such things that we as Muslims, we don't support any of this. But when you have Disney Plus walking at our house 24/7 on a 100-inch TV, or you have Netflix doing the same, what do you think tomorrow your family is going to grow up as? Mu'mineen, Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, or Salman al-Muhammadi, or Miqdad, or Habib al-Mudahir? Of course not. When the son of the family or the daughter of the family knows more about TV shows and about Hollywood actors and Hollywood actresses more than they know about the companions of Imam al-Hussein, or know more about Ahlul Bayt alayhim afdalus salati was salam. They don't know that much about Ahlul Bayt. If you ask them a couple of questions about the Imams, they struggle to answer, they stutter. And when you ask them about, what do we have new? What's new on Netflix? He gives you a whole list of what's new on Netflix, and he tells you who's playing in it and who's doing that and that. So our priorities are not set right. There are things that are important. There are things that are not that important, of course. There are things that builds our households, keeps them intact, doesn't let them loose. And of course, we have those things that breaks the family. Whether we like it or we don't like it. This is a reality, whether we like it or not. And if it comes to, the mu'ammamin, for example, the people with the amama, or the maraji' al-taqreed, how much can they do? I myself, for example, I have a project building a college here in Sydney. We've been struggling from the day we announced this project. And we spoke with many people, doctors, engineers. We spoke with, mashallah, business people here, the wealthy. Don't donate. We know you're never going to donate. Give us at least a loan for us to get somewhere with this project. And they refuse. Go to a bank. Speak with the bank. Don't speak with me. Don't even call me. Don't even message me. And then if you see our sons and daughters, they go astray. They say, why is this happening? What is Marja' al-Fulani? What is the Khatib of Fulan? Well, you are the one who is responsible. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it clear in this ayah. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says? Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu. You who believe. Who is the believer? You who believes. You are responsible for yourself. And then you're responsible for your family. وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ. So like this shepherd who is responsible for his flock of sheep, and then he brings 1 or 2, guard dogs for them to guard these flock of sheep from any wild animals attacking them. You are also responsible for your family, for them to go to وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ nar, to the inferno. And how do they go to the inferno? Are they going to jump into it? No, with that click of button here and there. And of course, when I say Disney Plus and Netflix, you have more. You have HBO Max, you have Amazon Prime, you have, what's the other one? YouTube, of course, you have Twitch. I just had a conversation before this lecture with a young man in the community, and he's a Sayyid as well. Not Mu'ammam, just a Sayyid. This young man, he gave me, his daily routine. He said, Sayyid, after iftar, I sit down, I play games until Salat al-Subuh. I don't want to miss Salat al-Subuh. Yeah, mashallah, good on you. And then after Salat al-Subuh, I sleep until Salat al-Dhuhr and Asr. I wake up for Salat al-Dhuhr and Asr. I pray Salat al-Dhuhr and Asr. I go back to sleep until Salat al-Maghreb and Isha, iftar. And you know how short our fasting is in here in Sydney, in Australia, and of course in New Zealand, brothers and sisters. You know how short it is. But he said, this is my life. That's it. I'm playing here this a couple of hours, and then I pray Salat al-Subuh. That's it. That's all I can do. Pray Salat al-Dhuhr and Asr, Maghrib and Isha, have iftar, and then do the whole thing again and again and again. How much time you spending on that? Hours and hours without end. And there is no end to this. The short lectures that we have, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour here, 45 minutes there. How much can they do? Look at it. Just sit down and make a calculation. There is hours and hours and hours in millions of hours, billions of hours of contents on YouTube, on Netflix, on all other streaming channels. And when it comes to lectures, half an hour Sayyid here, 15 minutes there. I just had a lecture for Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba alayhi afdalus salatu wassalam on his birthday in one of the centers here in Sydney. They told me, Sayyid, short lecture. Short. I said to them, what do you mean? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? They said, say don't go over 10 minutes. That's it. About Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba. Imam Hassan al-Mujtaba al-Sabt al-Akbar, the prince. Talk about him 10 minutes? Yes, because everyone, in the community, they came and said, look, if you're going to take long, we're not going to attend. Just imagine this, brothers and sisters. This is our life today. We don't have time for our Imam. We say, let's make it for 10 minutes, quick conversation about the Imam. That's enough. And if you look more into it, you get more devastated and you think, what's happening here? What are we doing? Tomorrow you see some families, they fall apart. You point fingers. He's part of the problem. She's part of the problem. We should know, brothers and sisters, and this is every one of us, that I'm responsible for my actions first, and then the actions and the doings of my family. I'm more concerned about them eating right, being accommodated right, what cars they sit in, how they go and they come, and of course their education, which school, college they attend to. But when it comes to religious matters, not that much. I'm not that much invested. And where does that show? What does that tell? That tomorrow, if anything happens, we turn our heads and we say, why? And many people, they did that and they still do. Why? They don't know the basics of taharat and najasat. Just imagine this. If you ask your son, your daughter about taharat and najasat, look at the conversation you're going to have with them. The other side is working very hard. Let's take this from this lecture. The other side is working very hard. They're working non-stop with unlimited resources, whether that is money or content. And when it comes to our side of work, of course, we are very limited resources. There's not much money going here and there. And this is reality. Now, say it's sugar-coated for us. This is a reality. How many colleges we have in our name? How many places we have that we can speak about our lifestyle, our responsibilities, our Quran al-Kareem, our teachings, our hadith, and so on and so forth. Non-stop, 24/7. We don't have that many. But the other side is working 24/7. Now today, if you go to Netflix, I'm just an example, of course, if you have membership, look at the contents they have there. If you go to any other channels, any other streaming giants, just have a look at the contents they have. They have it for everyone, for every ages. But when it comes to us, brothers and sisters, we have to look ahead of what's happening. And this month of Ramadan 2022 should bring us back to reality. هذا والحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة والسلام على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين.
Welcome back. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So, mashallah, enlightening talk on our current realities. We need to reflect upon, and I think it's a beautiful dose of that thoughtful literature that we get in these early morning hours. I mean, I truly enjoy it, and I hope you all are also getting benefit from these talks. So really appreciate, thank you, Sayyid, for your kind efforts. So inshallah, moving on, and just before we move to the Sahar, I would like to remind everyone that the time for Imsak, which is basically the time to, stop eating and drinking, is 5:24 a.m. In almost 12 minutes. And the time for Fajr is further 10 minutes, which is 5:34 a.m. today. And the time for Maghrib is 6:04 p.m. And just a reminder for the announcement for tonight, and for those who have joined us recently. So there will be a program at the Islamic Ahlul Bayt Foundation of New Zealand, Husseiniya, which will start tonight at 6 p.m. Iftar will be offered. We will start with the Maghreb Salah, inshallah. Iftar will be offered, and afterwards there will be a majlis of Shahadat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. That will followed by the Amal of the first night of Qadr. And having said that night of Qadr, it's one of the most important nights in the year, and we should have plans for Laylatul Qadr. I mean, of course, we have limitation of time here, but inshallah, if you visit the center, you will get to learn about what can we achieve in this night. And it is the night of spiritual elevation. It is the night to ask for your destiny for the coming year and for rest of your life. And according to narrations, I'll just try to add a very humble few lines that I have learned over the years from scholars. That so in this night, because it is the night of Laylatul Qadr, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ خَيْرٌ مِنَ أَلْفِ شَهْرٍ تَنَزَّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ أَمْرٍ سَلَامٌ هِيَ حَتَّى مَطْلَعِ الْفَجْرِ. So it's basically the reality of the manifestation of this night, Laylatul Qadr, and it is the night where Malaika and Ruh, they descend from the sky. And again, there are explanations to each and every word that takes us towards that inward journey that I was talking about earlier. So as you know, these days, everyone is struggling to find purpose in their life. Everyone is trying to find the meaning for life. And people are hiring, mind coaches and those people who can help them to come out of their stagnant lifestyle, whether it's to do with the health or to do with the correct mindset. And we are so lucky here. Our Prophet and Imams, they have given us these means to connect to the reality, not just at the level of mind, but at the level of heart, which in many literature, because I do like reading a lot of self-help books and mind sciences. So they talk about the importance of your heart, qalb. So inshallah, if you participate in these programs, or you self-reflect in these nights, I'm sure you can get enormous benefit that normally we with our busy lives we tend to forget, and that causes our inward degradation. Our inside gets degraded. So inshallah, don't forget to make use of these nights. There are 3 nights, as many of you know. So night of the 19th of Ramadan, so which is the night between 18th and 19th, the night tonight, which is coming. And the next night is after a day, which is the night between 20th and 21st. And the third possible night is the night between 22nd and 23rd. So these 3 nights are very important. And I mean, of course, you can make use of all the 10 nights of the last 10 days, 10 nights of the holy month. They are significant. But again, not going into too much detail. Yeah, that was my point. So inshallah, we move to Dua Sahar now and enjoy those beautiful lines.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أسألك من بهائك بأبحاهم وكل بهائك بهي. اللهم إني أسألك ببهائك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من جمالك بأجمله، وكل جمالك جميل. اللهم إني أسألك بجمالك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من جلالك بأجله، وكل جلالك جليل. اللهم إني أسألك بجلالك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من عظمتك بعظمها، وكل عظمتك عظيمة. اللهم إني أسألك بعظمتك كلها. اللهم إني أسألك من نورك بأنواره، وكل نورك نير. اللهم إني أسألك بنورك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من رحمتك بأوسعها، وكل رحمتك واسعة. اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك كلها. اللهم إني أسألك من كلماتك بأتمها، وكل كلماتك تامة. اللهم إني أسألك بكلماتك كلها. اللهم إني أسألك من كمالك بأكمله، وكل كمالك كامل. اللهم إني أسألك بكمالك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من أسمائك بأكبرها، وكل أسمائك كبيرا. اللهم إني أسألك بأسمائك كلها. اللهم إني أسألك من عزتك بعظام، وكل عزتك عزيزا. اللهم إني أسألك بعزتك كلها. اللهم إني أسألك من مشيئتك بأمزاها، وكل مشيئتك ماضيا. اللهم إني أسألك بمشيئتك كلها. اللهم إني أسألك من قدرتك بالقدرة التي استطلت بها على كل شيء، وكل قدرتك مستطيلا. اللهم إني أسألك بقدرتك كلهم. اللهم إني أسألك من علمك بأنفذه، وكل علمك نافذ. اللهم إني أسألك بعلمك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من قولك بأرزاهم، وكل قولك رضي. اللهم إني أسألك بقولك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من مسائلك بأحبها إليك، وكل مسائلك إليك حبيبا. اللهم إني أسألك بمسائلك كلهم. اللهم إني أسألك من شرفك بأشرفه، وكل شرفك شريف. اللهم إني أسألك بشرفك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من سلطانك بأدومه، وكل سلطانك دائم. اللهم إني أسألك بسلطانك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من ملكك بأفخره، وكل ملكك فاخر. اللهم إني أسألك بملكك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من علوك بأعلاهم، وكل علوك اللهم إني أسألك بعلوك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من منك بأقدمه، وكل منك قديم. اللهم إني أسألك بمنك كله. اللهم إني أسألك من آياتك بأكرمها، وكل آياتك كريما. اللهم إني أسألك بآياتك كلهم. اللهم إني أسألك بما أنت فيه من الشان والجبروت، وأسألك بكل شان وحده وجبروت وحده. اللهم إني أسألك بما تجيبني به أسألك، فأجبني يا الله.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Welcome back, everyone. Just to remind everyone that it is past the imsak time, which was 24 past 5, and the Fajr is 34 past 5. So inshallah, we go now to the dua of the day. And since today is the 18th day, so we will, let's recite it together. Allahumma nabbahni fihi li barakati istiharihi wa nawwar fihi qalbi bi dhiya'ihi anwarihi bi dhiya'i anwarihi wa khuz bi kulli a'dha'i ila atba'i atharihi بنورك يا منور قلوب العارفين. And now the translation. O Allah, on this day, awaken me with the blessings of its early mornings. Illuminate my heart with the brightness of its rays. Let every part of my body follow its effect. By your light, O the illuminator of the hearts of those who know. So this is a very deep line of dua, which is taught to us by our Imam, that we, like he's teaching us to ask Allah. Nabbahni, so that's the terminology we learned a while ago from our teacher, that it's a nabaha, which is one of the attributes of aql. And again, this is talking about the aql from the Islamic context. Libarakati istiharihi, that means isharihi, sorry, libarakati isharihi. So sahar, in Farsi, Urdu, they also use this word as early mornings. So emphasizing on these barakat of early mornings. So I remember there is a book called 5 a.m. Club, which basically claims that every successful person is an early riser. Because there are secrets in early morning, and now they are writing books on it, and there are many other books as well, which you must have read. So here Imam is teaching us to ask Allah to give us from that barakat, from that blessing, that collection of bounties from Allah of the early mornings. وَنَوَّرْ فِيهِ قَلْبِي بِضِيَاءِ أَنْوَارِهِ, and illuminate within the heart with the light that is from you, from that early morning. I mean, of course, in the translation they are referring to the light of the sun, but I think this is more of the light which is specific with those early morning blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which might not be something material, but this is something which is beyond matter, which is something spiritual. So asking Allah for those awakenings, for that illumination. And of course we know with light what happens, it wakes us up, and with the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it wakes us from within. And when someone wakes up from within, and of course it makes a person more aware of their purpose, and they live the life successfully. وَخُذْ بِكُلِّ أَعْضَائِي إِلَى أَتْبَاعِ آثَارِهِ, and then make my parts of the body to obey to your obedience through this illumination, through this light. So again, everything we do, so it's not just about prayers and fasting and all the good deeds that we should do, but it is also about everything that we do. Let it not be anything which takes us away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So make it in the obedience of Allah. So for example, we are talking, you're listening, and we are making these efforts, all the efforts, and we have got a day ahead of us. Many of you will go to work. Many of you will stay home doing house chores, and the students who are on school holidays. So how you use your time, is it in line with the obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? That's a question for myself. And then concludes the dua, binurika ya munawwira qulub al-arifin, with your nur, with your light. Oh, the one who enlightens the hearts of those who are seeking that spiritual knowledge, who are qulub al-arifin, the hearts of those people who are the people who are seekers of the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So may Allah give us the opportunity to make these du'as in practice, not just read them as superficial. So inshallah, we conclude our program here. It is time for Salah, and we go to Azan al-Fajr. Don't forget, tonight is a program at Husseiniya, 6 p.m. And iftar will be on them. So do participate with your family and pass the word on to everyone else. Inshallah, see you tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن عليًا ولي الله أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليا ولي الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. حي على خير العمل. حي على خير العمل. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله. عليك وعلى آلك الطيبين الطاهرين. والحمد لله رب العالمين.